Hi, this is Eragamani. I'm a management coach and a trainer with a background of 28 years of experience with major corporates like Tata and Markapa Group at a very senior positions, handling operations, quality assurance, uh, supply chain holistically we see. And also I'm teaching with a lot of business schools, particularly on green supply chain management, logistics, distribution, so like that. So now today, this in this video, we will be seeing this inventory management, and basically it will be what to say, be addressing what are the what about inventory management, what are the advantages, disadvantages, how we should handle it in an industrial environment or in a business environment. To be more specific like that, let us get into this session on inventory management. Welcome you all. So, what is inventory? It's a basically it's a physical resource that a firm in stock holds in stock with intent of selling it or transforming it to a more valuable state. Okay, uh, that is thing. And purpose of inventory management is how many units you're doing and how when to order, and how to order, because it depends upon the stock availability that is being done. Definition of inventory. Inventories means the stock of the product of a company and the components thereof that makes up the product. It includes raw materials, work in progress, and finished goods. It is a physical stock of the items a business or a production organization kept in the hand for the efficient running of the business or its production. So it is having different categories are there or classification. The first one is raw material inventory. The second one is in-process inventory, and third one is indirect inventory. So raw material inventory is for the name for that matter. It is very clear that we have uh, that is any form of raw material which is required for manufacturing of a product. Okay, any type of industry it could be uh, basic material which is required for uh, getting converted into a product, so we call it as raw material. It may be plastic granules, it may be steel, it may be iron ore, whatever thing is there. Okay, and second thing is in process inventory. So this is one of the foremost and very important aspect any industries or the manufacturing organization should focus upon. Thing is, there's no doubt equally all are important, but in-process inventory is the area where generally, what do you say, the attention is slightly, it will be low, which is in my observation. Okay. So what is about in-process inventory? So in-process inventory is one thing where the raw material has been taken into the manufacturing, and it is in the conversion stage, but it is yet to get a complete shape of the exact requirement. That means a product maybe go for what is say one stage, single stage, sometimes with two stage, sometimes for more than two stages. So when it comes to more than two stages particularly, so in between the stages it is being completed, and we'll be waiting for the subsequent operations or subsequent process to carry out to get its final shape. So the time between that, okay, it has to be kept stored as a in process inventory. That means it is called as semi-finished goods. It's not completely finished. It is yet to get attention of the subsequent operations to bring it to a final product requirement where the customer is exactly required for that. So here, basically what happens, why I told that it is very important and very slight focus is there in this particular area, because people, the in-process inventory is lying in look and corner of the, what is say, work center, or otherwise we call it a shop floor. So in day-to-day activities, it has to be thoroughly it is monitored that what are the stages it is there. Even if you just miss one day, then what happens? The piling up of in-process inventory is going to be higher, and if suppose it is not being planned properly or balanced properly, so one more problem could be there. What is say? Some of the machineries can also kept idle also. So in-process inventory is one thing where we have to keep continuous monitoring of that. So indirect inventory is nothing but the material which is not directly used for or used by the production team. So two forms of demand. It's a dependent and independent. So demand for items used for produce the final products, and independent is demand for the items used by the external customers. So inventory and quality management. The customers usually perceive quality service as the availability of the goods when they want them. Inventory must be sufficient to provide high quality customer service. So inventory cost, it's a carrying cost. That means if you are holding the material, but particularly when the finished goods are there, it has been kept for various reasons. One thing, it will be waiting for transportation to happen and for the distribution. So that could be one reason. Another reason is maybe there could be change in the requirement from the customer. Customer are told, just please hold on for some time, I will take it back. And there could be some other stages where what is say packing material is not available. Some small reasons, sometimes it will be there very funny also, but there are very other reasons there for material getting piled up for some time, and sometimes it is beyond some requirement is also there. So when it is there, a carrying cost is there, because why we say the carrying cost is there, because the thing is a separate team is required to monitor that. If it is a high value items, then a security person is also required. So ordering cost, the cost of replenishment of inventory. Replenishment is inventory is nothing but refilling the what is say the material, because if in the stock we have some 100 numbers, and the safety stock is 20, and when it reaches 21, then the reordering point has to be made such way that the material has to be brought in and has to be filled to that. Otherwise, what will happen? What to say? Stock out situation could be there. It's a very dangerous situation for anything. And if it is being a manufacturing industry, the people become idle, the machineries becomes idle. So inventory control system is a continuous system. Another thing is periodic system. So objective of this inventory is to avoid over or under investments in the inventories, to provide right quantity and quality goods at the right time in the proper value. So the two factors are there in these objectives. One thing is operating objectives, another is financial objective. So operating objective is availability of the materials, and the next is thing is minimizing the wastages. So that is a important thing. And operating objectives further is a promotion of manufacturing efficiency, better service to the customers. So that is the ultimate thing goal for any organization. Next is the control of production level, and other thing is optimal level of inventories. So this is done the view as per the operational requirement and avoids out of stock situation. That's why operating level is there. If as I just told some time back, if it is out of stock situation there, the impact would be much serious, because machine is going to idle, the equipment is going to be idle. More importantly, very precision thing is also is that manpower is going to be idle, and all about that. When this is not being going to idle, the machine is not going to run. It is not. We are not going to produce the items, and further, what going to happen is we are not able to meet the customer demand. And more than the demand, it is a commitment, delivery commitment which we are. So financial objectives is economic of purchasing, optimum investment and efficient use of capital, reasonable price. So this is about thing. Advantages of inventory: delivery in time. When you focus on that, the delivery of time is there. That means the finished goods can be, and the raw materials for the buyers, reputation to get the customers. And next is the possibility of discount on bulk purchase, efficiently handle unforeseen circumstances like Hartal, Bandh and other things. No idling of workers and machineries. So when this being unit is being maintained, obviously that thing is no unforeseen kind of. So today we are in a COVID situation where many of the industries are having a lot of material shortages and stock out situations. Okay, so when this being probably planned, that could not be happen, and also possibility of discount on the bulk purchase also is a very big advantage because of inventory. Disadvantages is working capital is tied up. It is getting blocked. The money is getting blocked, and what happened? Your capital, what what is funding, it gets locked there, and in emergency something has to be done for the operating works. Then what happens? It becomes a big problem that at the need of the time you don't get the money. That's the thing actually. And in principle also, it is not right to see that the working capital is completely tied up. So more space is required, because when you want to accommodate more inventories, more space is required, and what is say increase in insurance charges, and what is say increase in overhead expenses, chances of damage. And when you say the more space is required, one more thing is also that if it is a own space or own what is say building, then it's not a problem. Suppose if we are having this warehouse or stores in a, what is in a rented building, then one more thing is rent we have to pay, and the cost is also further going up. Inventory carrying cost is going up higher. Inventory control is ordering cost, that thing where it's spent on making the purchase order. It includes expenditure associated with the placing of the order. That is postal service expenses. Today, postal service expenses is almost ruled out, because all the things is being carried out online. Expenditure on the station consumables, traveling expenses of the supplies, legal fee to the lawyers. So inventory carrying cost, the cost of blocking of the material, are the capital thing, cost of interest for the value of items stored in the inventory, salaries of the person managing the various positions, including the security person. So that's one thing, because we have to have a focused thing, and it is a non-value added activity, and it is unnecessary burden for the business. So rent for the space occupied for the inventories, costs involved in the insurance and inventory, stationaries and consumables used by understocking situations lead to two situations, that is backlogging. That means we're not able to complete the production activities on time, and leaving back delivery commitment to a big what is it, task. So cancellation orders because of that. So backlogging is shouldn't eat away the time, and next order delaying the order, cancellation order, and the buyer is not in position to wait, because when you go and say that, so if it's of urgent requirement, he is not able to wait. So some case, if it is possible, and if he is very genuine, he may agree to your things, unless otherwise he may not. Okay, so we cannot take granted that we can deliver the product according to our convenience. So both above results to a penalty of cost. When you don't supply on time, it attracts a penalty. Emergency of replacement is be there, and when do emergency replacement, when understocking is there, then we have to for example, why that cost is there is, for example, there is some stock out situation there, and particular material, that material is very important for the completing the manufacturing. So immediately what happens, if we ask the supply may have some various reasons, like what is say truck are not available, or the what is say if it is sent by cargo, cargo is not available, so you can connect it only after some 2 days or 3 days, but it's required within some maximum of 1 day. So immediately what happens, sometime the management take a decision, uh, asking one of the person to take the company vehicle, go to the supplier place and bring the material immediately. So what is happening? One person's complete manday is getting waste, and second thing, the fuel cost, and lot of more than all the things, it's a tension. So overstocking is a very biggest thing, and utilized at the later stage and as a scrap. Analysis, we do ABS analysis. It's a very popular tool which popularly is being people being followed. There are other analysis also, but this is very primarily used because of its what to say usage and comfortability, because A stands for the high value items or precision items, expensive items, then come to C as low value items. Okay, B is a moderate in between. So AB's analysis, the method is all the items that are used in the industry are identified. Items are listed. The number of high value items, medium value, and low value items are counted. Their percentages are found. So this is the thing where this is being done to understand, just to see the value of the material what is lying in the stock. So when you categorize this in ABC, then we knowing that what is accurate value of the material being in the stock lying for time. So VED analysis is basically, it is a vital essential desirable. SD analysis is a scare difficult and easily. So these are can be used for the lead time and availability. FSN analysis is based on the frequency, that is fast moving, slow moving and non moving items. So that some items, as you know, fast moving items, some items will non moving item. But here the important thing is non moving items should not be given least importance, but is given what is say a greater importance to see that whether it can be liquidate and liquidation being done, or we can take some other alternative actions to see that it is not lying in the stock. So HML analysis is very rarely used, high cost, medium cost, and low cost. And now coming to economic order quantity, EOQ. That means in any organization, why this required is any organization when they're placing order, so the supplying organization also will have that order quantity, or sometimes they call as minimum order quantity. Otherwise, what will happen that see, for example, they are packing and sending the material to the buyer's place. So finally, what will happen? They will not have a bigger margin, or what to say? They will not have the optimum profit for taking the efforts. So that's why they say that they have a minimum quantity should be there. Or what is the economic order quantity? So the total cost is equal to carrying cost plus procurement cost. So consumption rate is the thing where if the raw materials are consumed at the same rate over the same period of time. So that means it depends upon the order pattern. It depends upon the what is say the rate at which it being processed. Okay. So actual and irregular consumption rate is one thing. Replenishment, already we've seen that intentionally replenishment at the constant rate, replenishment at the irregular rate. It depends upon how the business being carried out and how the material is very urgent for the processing. So instant replenishment is a refilling done one at a time and one full lot size, because when we get bulk supplies, we get a good discounts. Okay, so management will it is a strategic decision management to go for that and do that. So lead time is a time that is between what is the ordering and getting the material. So that is called the lead time. So lead time includes prepare the purchase requisition, placing the order, time taken to deliver the purchase order to the vendor, time taken to the vendor to manufacture, time taken to the transportation from vendor to the stores, that is to the buyer stores. Reorder point, you know that reorder point is equal to a lead time and a predicted point of exhaustion. That means reorder point is nothing but it's a safety stock level where we have to do a reordering of the material just to do a replenishment. Replenishment means filling further. Lead time analysis is required to understand that how far what to say urgency or important components in the manufacturing process and the reliability of the vendors. How it's very it's an important activity which is to be done by ACM personnel. Reserve thing, safety stock is optimum level of stock which has to be maintained to ensure that out of stock situation doesn't happen. So safety stock come to play here, and it is a excess rejection, wastage of production, and the normal. So these are the situations only safety stock will come. Or sometime what will happen, there could be a poor quality of material could be there. Another reason where it is not anticipated, and when usage we tend to know, come to know there's a lot of wastages on there. So factor of uncertainty, uncertainty of demand, uncertainty of delivery, uncertainty of so factor of uncertainty is that uncertainty of demand, delivery, and quantity. So determination of safety stock. So optimal safety stock is there is for the maximum lead time in normal lead time in the amount. So so it is based on the uncertainties of the demand, the cost of the item in question. So obsolete material is a one major thing where it takes more care about what I say. It could have happened because of various reasons that uh, there could be a sudden change in the specification of the product, or what to say the market as totally doesn't want that material. So then it being staying there and becomes a surplus. So causes of obsolescence is like just to be told like adoption of standardization, adoption of new technology, changes of the production design, product design, cannibalization, and faulty purchases. Faulty purchases maybe sometime it is what is say it's not properly planned and excessively it is buy, and after some time you found that it is not of no use. Surplus material is one of the area where basically because of it happens with poor planning and forecasting. So common causes of surplus and obsolete items is over ordering, faulty planning, reduced production. So you would have planned that so much of production will happen this month and next month, for example of 110, but obviously what will happen, it will be having only 20% of that. So that could be where surplus could be there, or it happens a drastic reduction in wastages. What is it? Then modification of the process, because sometimes the process requires modification according to the streamlining of some other activities. Faults in the storekeeping and recording. This is one of the biggest thing, because people from the manufacturing the come to stores, take the materials, and they say that we will give the uh, what is the intent for that requisition slip in the later stages. So this type of things also get missed out, and it causes of material. So the what we disposed is more that keeping the is a costly affair. They need a space, and more security% is required. Not for all security% is required. When high value items like copper, gold is being stored, then it has to be required. Finding a recommendation if this NAR cannot be used for disposal of carried out. What is the priorities of possible disposal? So explore the possibility of sending it in bulk, dispose on a original buyer. Preference may be given to the buyers or the vendors. Think of others who may buy the best possible price. If it cannot be pushed or the best possible price, sell it at the scrap value. Because at least what will happen, some basic metal can be recovered, otherwise totally it becomes obsolete, then nothing can be done, even it is going to be big issues. So how it can be done is by disposable of things done by auctions and tenders, and we can take an appropriate actions in that. So metal handling is one of the very key function of supply chain management. So if it is to be prepared and put in position the material to facilitate what is say movement or storage of the material. So that is very important in the aspect. So silent principles of metal handling is what is a planning principle, systems principle, material flow principle, and gravity principle. So others like unit size principle, safety, equipment principle, and standardization principle. Storekeeping. This is one of the area where it is very what to say challenging, and sometimes people give least importance to the storekeeper, and they take undue advantage of it, and do that. So that's why storekeeper is called as trustee, because he being trusted that well kept in stock is under his custody. Okay, and he will take care at the due thing, and what to say. But sometimes no, he is not being allowed to do his job in the practical situations, but it's not should be the case. So source function, you know that using the material, maintaining the stock, maintaining the records state there, optimal utilization of store space. This is one of the very key important things today, because today what happens, the store space is fixed, okay, but year on year what happens, volume of the business or volume of the manufacturing production is keeps on increasing. Accordingly, what will happen, incoming material, raw material is going to increase, the semi-finished goods going to be increased, and storing of finished goods also is going to be increased. But with the same space we have to accommodate all these things. Then it becomes that the optimization requires a major role, where whether we can go for horizontal what is loading, it is not fair, it is not be solve the purpose, then we have to go for the vertical loading always. So now a lot of vertical storage methods has come, maybe from 10 feet to 20 feet, 30 feet, it can go only vertical storing, and it can be computerized control can be done. So that is possible. So location of storage department should be at the close proximity of all the departments, because otherwise metal movement and man movement will be at the higher so stock verification, annual verification of stock should be done very precisely, but suggesting that one thing is that we have to do it at a monthly basis to control this activity. Because if we don't do it on a monthly basis, and we go only for annual things, so there'll be a lot of surprises, and the closing of the annual verification account will be a biggest task for everybody. So a perpetual inventory, it's a continuous check throughout the year in such a way that each of item is checked at least once in a year. A method of recording stores balances after every receipt of the issue to facilitate the regular checking to obviate the closing of the stock taking. So errors, it's a common that in any process errors can happen, but stores department has to take utmost care to minimize the errors which is happening by formulating like what to say bin card system and other things the maximum possible. So improper storage, then full forage of the thing, um, then leakages, careless handling loss. This careless handling is very commonly seen, and clerical mistakes is very common. This sort of thing basically happens that when a person changeovers, a person leaves the organization, and a new person comes, so he needs to take time to get settled. So before he's trying to get settled, we dump a lot of work on him. Okay, then what happens? He leaves about the major work, that is accounting and other things. He leaves that, and he started focusing on issue the material and receiving the material. That's why these problems happen. So if you do anything systematically and as per procedure, the errors would be very at the minimum. The store layout thing is section adjacent to the store should be kept reserved for receipt of the material and for inspection before the storage. So sometime what happens is that area is being blocked for some other thing, and the material when it comes urgently it cannot be have a space to for unloading the material. So minimize the handling, then transportation of material, optimum utilization of the space and height is very important, because it is what to say maintaining that it's a important thing. Store layout, storage space should be clearly marked and for quick identification. Storage space should be protected against waste damages and pilferages. The thing is, even when you're stocking in the racks, suppose if you keep it in the bottom, instead of that, we can keep it the middle rack or the upper rack, because by chance, if anything goes wrong, because sometimes there is some unforeseen situation like floodings, everything, floods, heavy rains, and the floods are there. Even though a lot of care has been taken, suppose if rainwater just get into the factory, so it happens. It is happened. It is happening sometimes also. So even though a lot of care is taken, and suddenly when something comes, so nobody can anticipate that, because particularly when it happens in the midnight, there is no much people to take care of that. So what is rainwater can get into that thing, and what is say in the bottom rack, which are the material is kept, it can get damaged or spoiled. So records is very important in this case. Bin card and store ledger both is very important. So bin card is one thing where we have each material to be maintained, and a record to be record of the quantity to be done. Entry to be made immediately after each transactions. So once if we issue the material or something like that, immediately has to be recorded. If we, most of the time what we do is, okay, we just keep it aside and we will say that okay, I will do it after some time. That should not be the case. It should be done immediately after the thing. Otherwise, what will happen? Mistakes will happen. Mistakes will be there. So entries to be made very perfect, and entries to be made periodically, not postponing the things. Is prepared to accounts department and outside the store. So advantage of record is efficiency of economy, settlements of disputes with credit, debits, and insurance. Check against more than that. What the thing is after all the things, the important thing is that it supports organization in various things. For example, when you have a natural calamity and we want to claim some insurance, so if you have proper record and thing, you can just tell to insurance, these are my records and these are the materials being inverted, and these are things where I can done. So it is very authentic, and it will be easy for you to support your statement with the proper justification, do justification. Otherwise, if we say that no, I was following this, all those things, then it's no point in saying that actually. So thank you. Hope you have enjoyed this video. So hope that it will be you felt very useful for that. So thank you very much for the patient listening.